Oh, good afternoon, guys. We just got in from lunch, and while we were this morning, it was raining something fierce again, and we got a call from the guy that runs that community farm project, if you remember. The guy where we got all the manure from. Well, apparently word got out that he heard that we had gotten our hayfield was caught out in the rain while we were bringing our hay in, and he offered to let us bale up some hay he has, or some grass he's got growing over in a just a spare field over by the community farm. So while it was wet and everything, we went ahead and got all of our equipment lined up, ready to go. You saw the telehandler there with the flatbed right there at the entryway. We'll pick that up on the way over to the community farm. But I wanted to show you the bales where we finally put them. So we unloaded the bales here. If you recall, last night we just pulled the trailer in under the shed, and we did lose a bit of capacity on all our bales. They're down to 3881, so we lost 119 liters off of all of our bales as a result of being out in the rain. So we've got them in the dry now. So we're just going to run on over to the other farm where we're going to basically pick up the rest of our equipment. We've got some hired help on the way. They're going to help us basically take everything down. Now we are short one implement. We're short a tractor, so we won't be able to bring the windrower down. We'll have to make a trip back and pick that up. But the plan is to go ahead and cut the grass, and then while we're tedding the grass, we'll go ahead and bring the mower back down here, pick up the windrower, and probably by the time we get back up to that field, the tedder will probably be done, and we'll be able to windrow that up and bale it up. So I think I've been told all the equipment should be lined up. Yep, right here it is. We're just going to go ahead and park this here, and we'll see if the guys are here and are ready to go. Alright, it looks like they are ready. Already got their tractors fired up and already pretty much lined up, ready to go. So we'll go ahead and lead our caravan, if we will. And we've got one helper who's riding in the Johnny seat, I'll call it, the little side seat with our 8530, and he'll hop off here and pick up our telehandler and kind of join the back of the parade once we get up here to the farm. Alright, well, I'll slow down here and we'll come to a stop here along the side of the road, and we'll let that guy get out and get in the telehandler so he can pretty much join the parade. I'm not really sure how big this field is, but we'll have to obviously make the best of it. It's not often that you get free grass or free hay offered to you. So I think we are going to very much be appreciative of this offer, and hope we can get it in. We've got a couple good days of forecast here. Let's take a look. We've got we're in day 2 of summer, and we've got 2 more days of sun. We got a cloudy day, and then we've got another forecasted day of sun, and then 3 consecutive days of rain again. Again, our ground temperature is not up to 50 degrees yet, but we do have a couple warm days here coming up, so hopefully that'll put us over the edge, because I really want to get that corn in the ground. I really want to get those soybeans in the ground. So just have to wait and see, I guess. If not, we're just going to have to come up with some alternate plans. Alright, so the guy was telling me that there should be an entrance right past this wall. Looks like this is it. Alright, I want to go ahead and kind of move on in here. Hopefully park this out of the way, and we'll see if we can't get our mowers rocking and rolling. All right, so let's go ahead and drop these things down. Let's unfold them. Get that one going. And switch over here and unfold these. Get them going. Drop them down, and we're off. Like I said, I don't know how much we're going to get out of this little area, but every little bit helps. We are looking to get some cows here, and it's going to be a while before we're going to have silage. We're planning to make corn silage. So obviously we're going to have to wait till the corn gets in the ground. We haven't even gotten corn planted yet, let alone to think about when it might be ready to harvest. We might need to be buying in some silage bales for a short time period. We'd rather not do that because that seriously cuts into our milk profits. So hopefully we'll get 8 or 12 bales out of this. He's got some other plots of grass over here, but he tells me that they are pretty much reserved for the wildflower growth. So you know, we'll just go with his wishes. You know, I'm thinking, well, wildflowers, I can bale those up anyway, but that's fine. We'll take what he has to offer and thank him greatly for it. There, we got that job done. Like I said, that doesn't take too terrible long. It's not a big field. We're gonna go ahead and get our tedder running, and then we'll run down and swap the mowers for the windrower. It's going to be kind of hard to get that windrower in there, but we'll do our best to make do. Let's go ahead and unfold our windrower here. Drop it down, turn her on, and get to town. Try to steer this a little bit, maybe. So I call it down to the animal dealer, and they're thinking that the cows are still a few days away from getting here, which is pretty good because we still need to get a water tank and a couple other things to properly care for them. So I was just hoping that they wouldn't go and surprise me and give me a call that they were ready to come in. All right. So I said we're going to let our hired helper here finish this field off, and we're going to go run down and pick up our windrower. So our hired helper, who was hired to do our windrowing, they just gave us a ring and said they were done. So I said, go ahead and bring that on back to the farm here, and we'll be good. We've got the baler, and we've got the telehandler, and I've got the rake here, so we're good. They can come on back to the farm and head on back to the house, and we really did appreciate their help. So we should, oh, there they are right now. Give them a little farmer's greeting there. So we'll just see what we can do here as far as getting this thing windrowed. I think it's going to be pretty tight working in this small field with this big rake, but that's what we got. It's going to be pretty hard baling up hay that's not windrowed, that's for darn sure. So we'll just have to do the best we can. Alright, let's see. I think this is better pull forward. We might get jammed up in there, I think. Keep pulling forward. There we go. Let's see. Let's lower her down. Let's turn her on. And I suspect we'll probably make like one whole loop, and then we may have a little bit in the middle. We'll just have to see. Might just be one big loop here. caught a little bit through the hedges. It's okay. They didn't damage our rake, it looks like. One little pass down the middle, and that's all we got to do. Like I said, this big rake is way overkill for this small field, but you know, you use what you got. And we bought this because we were going to work on that. We're going to use it for that large grass field going forward. So we want to maximize our time. And the way it rains around here, we definitely don't want to be playing with fate as far as if we'll be able to get the hay in before it rains. So that didn't take any time at all. Now we'll. Oh. Guess there's a post there that's hard to see. Just park this over here in the sun, or in the shade, out of the sun, that's what I meant to say. And we'll go ahead and get our baler and our stacker working. Make sure that they are ready to go. Looks like it. And we're making hay. We're baling hay. So let's see how many bales we get off of this field. I'm hoping we get 8. 8 would make this trip worthwhile. Anything less than 8, I'd be a little bit disappointed. Looks like I'm going to be disappointed. Doesn't look like we're going to get 8. Just got to see if we can pick up these little bits. So we'll be lucky if we get 7 bales off of this. Every last little bit is going to count, that's for sure. Alright, let's go ahead and get this little bit down here by the entrance, and we'll call that the job. Turn that off. Eject these. There you go, guys. It looks like we got 6 bales off this load. Almost not worth the trip, but every little bit will help. If we go and we don't want to go and talk bad about the farmer, let us come in here and mow this, that's for sure. Or we might find ourselves in desperation one day where we need some bales and nobody's willing to help us out. Let's drop our trailer here and run up and get these 4. So this implement sure does affect the ability to see a bit. We'll have to use the aid of some outside cameras so we know where we're going. And since we got kind of an odd load, we'll try to put this thing here in the middle of the trailer. We don't want to have an upset load. And strap them down. We'd hate to bump the trailer while we were loading up our other 2 bales, that's for sure. Or even run into our trailer like that. That would have been catastrophic if we hadn't strapped those bales down. All right. So we'll get these 2 bales loaded, and then we will get our whole convoy going back to the farm. Got a little problem with our hydraulics. They don't want to cooperate here. I have to send this into the shop to get looked at. All right. So I'll meet you all back to the farm. Alright, so we've got our telehandler here, and we're making our way back into the farm here, cow farm. Go ahead and unload these 6 bales and add them to our stockpile. That'll bring us up to what we had 18. 18. That'll bring us up to 24 bales. So this is not my preferred choice of towing our bale trailer. Our bale trailer is fairly heavy, and their rear low has some decent power, but isn't really geared to be pulling a load anyway. So it's not something I want to do long term. So we'll grab the 4-stack first. Alright. So we'll put this right here in the middle. Back on out. Get our other two here. I stacked the other two that we had over there kind of too high. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to put these probably right here, and then we'll see if maybe we can pick up those two and put them on top of these two and make a stack of 4. Push these on up a little bit. Alright. Alright, now let's see if we can't keep from causing an absolute disaster from happening by picking up these two here that are stacked 6 high. Right after I did that, I thought that was a little precarious to be doing that. They seem to be moving around a bit once we get close to them. So it might not be a good idea that they stay 6 high. And if you look, our rafters are there. We got to be careful when we get this fork up too terrible high that we don't bang into the rafters and really cause a problem. Alright, that was a pretty good job there. Go ahead and leave our telehandler right here for now. We'll leave our bale trailer right there for now too. And I might as well go see what kind of eggs we got. And with that, guys, I'm going to bid you guys a farewell for another episode. We're going to call it for the day and see what the weather is for tomorrow, and hope really hard that we get 50 degrees here soon. I've got another, well, if we don't get it tomorrow, we'll have 5 more days to put our soybeans and our corn in. So 5 days to plant 3 fields is getting a little close to what I don't want to do. And at this point in time, we can't plant anything other than grass. So So it might be that if we don't get this stuff in the ground, we might not be planting anything. Because you can see the only thing we can plant at this point is soybeans, corn, oilseed radish, poplar, and grass. I don't really have any intentions of getting into the wood chipping business. So that rules out poplar. I would rather not put in oilseed radish because that's just going to give us a fertilized level. And we're already at 2. So we're going to fertilize as we plant. So that would give us 3. So really the only thing that we need to, the only thing we can do is either put grass in. And if we put grass in, we're going to have to basically plow that up the end of the next year in order to put another crop in there, or we let the fields just go barren for a year. Let's go ahead and check our cow price here, see how she's doing. $4,212, so it's a good deal, but I know it will get lower, and I want to save my dollars. So with that, guys, I want to bid you all a fond farewell. Until next time, happy farming.